The U.S. Senate pulling an all-nighter to lay the foundation to repeal Obamacare. Republicans narrowly winning approval for a budget to replace the president's signature legislation. The House is expected to vote on it as early as tomorrow. Democrats say dismantling the Affordable Care Act will hurt millions of Americans, but Republicans say that they are confident they're fulfilling their campaign promise. Listen.
I've spoken with President-elect Trump probably 2 times in the last 3 days on this. Mike Pence was in my office yesterday to discuss this. So we are in complete sync, and we agree. We want to make sure that we move these things concurrently at the same time, repeal and replace. We need to show that there's a better way forward.
While the Republicans may have an ideological opposition to the Affordable Care Act, they have to understand what it means in cost to their constituents.
Well, let's bring back Tony Sayegh and also Richard Fowler. Gentlemen, welcome back. Tony, let's start with you on the Republican side of things. Speaker Paul Ryan calling this a rescue mission to repeal and replace. But one of the tough things has been really actually coming up with the replacement part of the plan. How do they do that, and what is that plan?
Heather, let's just start with this. Obamacare has repealed itself. It's imploded completely because it was a bad policy, a bad law based totally on political ideology. Okay, right now you have 75% of the Obamacare co-ops collapsed. They're done. Many states don't have more than 1 or 2 options for people. 71% of people don't have health care pre-Obamacare, according to the CBO, because it was too expensive. Yeah. And it's done nothing to reduce costs. So what Republicans have to do is focus on a market-based solution that continues to expand near universal coverage.
Do they have, and that has been a problem in the past, coming up with a consensus plan? Do they have a consensus plan in place for repealing, or actually for replacing Obamacare with something else?
That they have consensus around a lot of points, and obviously that's going to be put together in a form of legislation that is going to be debated in the Senate and the Congress. That's the way it should be done.
Boy,
and the
Richard,
reality is
the timing of this is really difficult because President-elect Donald Trump said they want to do it quickly. They want to do it right away. And he's pulling this all together, I'm wondering if that's possible.
And he's also said that Tom Price, when confirmed HHS secretary, will have his plan pretty ready to go. He also authored one, if you remember, 2 years ago. It never saw the light of day because President Obama obviously would shoot those down.
Here's the thing. Now, I'm not saying the Affordable Care Act was a perfect legislation. I don't think any Democrat will say that it was. But what the Affordable Care Act did do was it made sure that people with pre-existing conditions could get health care. It made sure we got rid of mandatory maximums in the amount of health care you get. We made sure that being a woman wasn't a pre-existing condition. We solved that. We gave money to those who have black lung in Kentucky and in coal mining country so they could actually get the care they need to live and their family can live. But I mean, Tony and Republicans continue to talk about platitudes, market-based, more choice. I ask you this, show me the bill. Republicans have not shown us the bill.
It is a problem in some cases when insurance companies have completely pulled out of markets, leaving people with very limited choice.
Absolutely, but
and
I think
by the way,
if you were
whatever happened to you, if you like your doctor, you could keep your doctor.
Here's the thing. Heather, here's the thing. I would argue, and I think if you talk to Democrats on the Senate side, they would tell you the same thing. The Affordable Care Act was just one step. It didn't go far enough because we have to remember that health insurance doesn't equal health care, right? And so we've got to find a plan, a fix that works on making sure that every American has health care and not just health insurance.
Tony, give you the last word.
If you don't have free market competition, Richard, you're not going to have lower prices. Cost is the problem. Obamacare never solved it. 3.5% of Americans did not have health insurance because of pre-existing conditions. You didn't have to change 100% of it to fix it for 3.5%.
More Americans have health insurance. One of the questions is, can they afford it? And it's become very, very
And are they any good? Are those plans any good?
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, guys, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks to both of you, Richard Fowler and also Tony Sayegh. We'll see you again.